Hello, hello! Welcome back to N25 Story Summaries. We've got another mixed focus ahead of us today with Paint What I Love Rainbow Canvas. Enna's getting her second mixed focus already. The More Jump one feels like it was just a few events ago. This time though, we have characters from Leonid and Wonderland's X Showtime joining us today. Paint What I Love Rainbow Canvas ran on the JP server from September 9th through the 18th, 2022. Now that all the formalities are out of the way, let's begin. Since Enna's decided to return to her art class, things have been progressing as you might expect. Mr. Yukihira is still as harsh as ever. He did compliment Enna a little bit during this critique, but what he said last is what got to her a bit. Enna's drawing lacked appeal. After class, Futaba said the same, but more along the lines of Enna's piece today was missing her usual spark. Leave it to Futaba to bring the mood back up. They both spot the art class for kids leaving the building that evening as well, and behind the kids, there was a girl standing there with a worried expression on her face. That girl is none other than Honami. Her inner monologue shows her debating about joining the beginner art class, wondering if it will help her improve her skills. See, Honami's entire class at school is participating in a work-study program. Honami herself was assigned to shadow a kindergarten teacher along with Emu. Perfect matchup for Emu, if I do say so myself. The kindergarten is going to be painting a mural and wants the girls to teach the kids how to paint. I'll just play Honami's reaction because it made me giggle. Needless to say, art is definitely Honami's weakness. While cooking and cleaning for Kanade, Honami gets so lost in thought that Kanade is able to sneak up on her and jump scare her a bit. Kanade immediately asks what's wrong, and it doesn't take much convincing for Honami to open up about what's been troubling her. Thankfully, the devs spare us on the repetition this time. We get to skip right to the night court call where Kanade asks Enna for help. At first she just asks for advice and tips, but Enna says she can't do much without actually seeing anything. Enna tells Kanade to give Honami her number and they can sort things out from there. The messages happen easily enough, and Honami even agrees to send Enna a picture of one of her drawings. She actually decides to make a whole new one on the spot, and oh, it's bad. It's really bad. Honami said she tried to draw a dog, but Enna takes one look at the thing and instantly compares it to a black blob, a sea cucumber, and then a mess of human organs in that order. So, to say that Honami wasn't exaggerating would be an understatement. Clearly, this requires some in-person instruction from our resident artist Enna Shinonome, so they decide to pick a time to meet up later. At school the next day, Honami runs into Emu again, who's drawn a super cute octopus. Emu wants to practice teaching Honami, but the latter explains her situation, and, well, that doesn't really work out. Honami also explains that she's found herself an art teacher, but they don't know where to meet up yet. Emu asks to tag along and offers her house as the location, so everything works out for the fun little art lesson session. Okay, so apparently Emu lives in a mansion? Like an honest-to-God full-on art museum. Oh, and we're just casually dropping that Emu's family owns and operates Phoenix Wonderland. Yeah, that's cool. Just your average, casually rich friend Emu Otori, no big deal. I mean, it does make sense given what I know about the main Wonderland Showtime story, but it's still a bit surprising. Once inside, Emu immediately recognizes Enna as Mafiu's friend from Mafi 3. I just love Emu, she's so happy and goofy and silly. She keeps adding one too many no's to Shinonome, so it's coming out like Shinononome. It's so endearing. But I really didn't expect her to be a rich kid, this is throwing me. There's this bit where they pull out Emu's art supplies, and she has this thing of watercolor paint made from literal lapis lazuli. And Emu thinks nothing of it because she just liked how sparkly it was and bought it. What is happening? Let's just move on. Both Emu and Honami start to draw, but Honami freezes up. She's still super shy about drawing in front of others due to the fact that she was bullied in elementary school over her art skills. Enna and Emu reassure her, and Honami gives it her best shot. But yep, it's bad again. Enna keeps comparing her art to internal organs. Girl, what are you drawing? It's supposed to be an elephant, but again, Emu takes a page from Enna's book and compliments Honami on her drawing of a sea cucumber. I'm honestly a little scared to visualize what Honami's art looks like. Enna suggests printing out some images of animals and having Honami use tracing paper to become more familiar with the shapes and lines that make up a drawing. Great advice, Enna, you love to see it. The tracing exercise goes really well, but when Honami tries to freehand again...
また暗黒物質になっちゃってる。なんで？えなさん、どうしてこうなってしまうんでしょう。なぞるのは上手にできたのに。それはこっちが知りたいんですけど。
So if dark energy is literally coming off of a drawing in waves, I don't think that's a good sign. Enna does figure out that Honami can draw basic geometric shapes, so to boost her confidence, she has Honami draw animals based on that. So, you know, a cat has a big circle for a head with 2 triangles for ears, simple stuff like that. And what do you know, it works! Emma's able to recognize Honami's drawings too. The afternoon carries on, and eventually it's time for the girls to part ways. Once Enna gets home, she takes out the first drawing that Honami made to look at it more closely. She realized that Honami did have a direction. Some of the lines do actually resemble an elephant's ears and trunk. Everything is just so abstract. Abstract to the point of being artistic. Enna wonders if she's diminished Honami's unique style and creativity by resorting to teaching her the absolute basics. In the school sekai, Honami is drawing during one of their band practice breaks, and she catches the attention of the Vocaloids. After she explains everything, Rin suggests derailing practice for a bit so everyone can draw together and help Honami get over her anxiety about drawing in front of others. Len decides to draw his guitar. It looks a little different from real life, but Len just shrugs and says that it doesn't have to be perfectly accurate to the real thing. Art is about having fun, so who cares if the drawing is hyper-realistic or not? This does strike a chord in Honami, but she does realize that her own internal style is not exactly recognizable to others. Over on Enna's side of things, Honami's situation still isn't sitting right with her. So much so that Enna can't really focus at her own art class. She explains everything to Futaba when the latter prompts her after class. Futaba is actually such a good character, oh my god. Underrated NPC for sure. She tells Enna that she did help Honami embrace art rather than push it away, and that's an accomplishment for the both of them. However, only copying others will only get them so far. Each person has their own unique style that can't be diminished. So that means... well, I think it means that Enna was right. But we don't get a concrete confirmation as it's time for the day of Honami and Emu's shadowing. The kindergarten teacher's name is Attractive Kindergarten Teacher, whatever that's supposed to mean. Everything is going really well with the shadowing though. First the girls play some games and read books to the kids, and then it's time to start painting. And that goes well too. Honami's drawings are recognizable to the kids, and they're even complimenting her. However, a girl is sitting off to the side by herself, looking a little miserable. Honami walks over to ask what's wrong, and the girl says that she doesn't want to paint because everyone always laughs at her art. Of course, Honami instantly connects to this little girl. She tries to help the girl learn how to draw a crocodile, because that's easy, apparently. Anyway, some of the other kindergartners look over and make fun of the young girl's drawing, saying that she should be more like Honami. The girl gets really defensive and upset and calls Honami's crocodile a fake. Emu and the teacher try to break up the chaos, but Honami's freaking out a little and everything is going south when Enna Shinonome appears to save the day. She comforts the little girl, helping her add more details to the drawing to make it look more like a crocodile in the way that she wanted. It was just from a different perspective. The crocodile had its mouth wide open with a view from above, so it did kind of look like nothing until the girl added some teeth and color. I feel a little silly talking about crocodiles like this. I hope I'm getting the point across here. The other kindergartners start to see the vision and many of them stop bullying the girl. Enna turns to Honami and asks her to draw a crocodile as she normally would. Art is about expression. Some people may not recognize or appreciate Honami's art, but if a few people do, who cares about the rest? It may take time, but drawing to appease others isn't really sustainable in the long run. Honami does as she's asked, and while the teacher and the other kids laugh and ask what's wrong with the drawing, Enna, Emu, and the little girl all compliment Honami and point out little details that they like. The kids really want Enna to stay and paint with them too, so she does, and they all work on the mural together. Inside of you there are 2 wolves. One that scares the shit out of little Akito and one that looks like an innocent little puppy to baby Enna. Sorry, I had to. And you can't just say that you drew 2 wolves and not expect me to think of that. The day passes and the mural is eventually finished. The girls have a quick little chat before parting ways, where Honami asks Enna to teach her how to draw again, for real this time. A lesson without any goals other than having fun and improving for the sake of expression. Honami actually had fun painting with the kids today. She thinks she may actually start to enjoy art if she can more accurately express her feelings and art style. Emu wants to join in too, so the three head home that night in high spirits and with high hopes for the future. And thankfully, that night, Enna's rediscovered her spark, and her hand moves without hesitation, creating a messy piece, but a piece that she likes nonetheless. Which brings us to the end of the event. Honestly, Project Sekai is really stepping up their game in terms of the comedy factor. Or maybe I'm just so used to depression at 25 that any form of shenanigans just make me happy. Enna got to be silly for 2 mixed events in a row, good for her. I hope that doesn't mean anything for Enna 3. Let's not think about that yet. I'm glad this event wasn't just pure filler. I mean, I guess it kinda was, but I had a good time, so who cares? I will take the lightheartedness because Darkfest is next, the longest event on the list. A name like Darkfest doesn't exactly give off happy energy, and it's a Mafu focus, so that's double angst. The aforementioned next event is at this festival bathed in twilight. I'll see you then.